come into child's pose when you're ready. And we're just gonna slide the arms forward and draw the hips back and relax your forehead down. And then take your time. So we're gonna give ourselves a little time to transition. I feel like now my brain is still thinking about ROI. Right, and French, and French fries. So, that's true too. 1 injection or 2 injections. Great. And then I'm just muting us just to make your sound kind of more clean for you. Yeah, so take your time and feel your body in this shape. Feel any places that might be feeling that this shape is causing you to meet places where things feel uneven. And that's totally fine. So part of our practice as we come to meet things like our edges, like our places where the mind immediately starts feeling a little suspicious, like, oh wow, what is this? And then starts making up stories about it. We're gonna try to just breathe and shift a little. So really adjusting. So for instance, I felt like my ankle had a funny feeling. And so instead of jumping right into the story about the ankle, I'm gonna adjust and even out the hips, even out the ankles, and then settle in once again. So modifying the shape as you need as you stay here for a couple more minutes, knowing that you have all the time in the world to make the shape really meet you where you are today. And there's nothing else to have to do. You're just feeling the forehead resting, feeling the hips starting to relax back to wherever they're happy to go. Feeling the inner groin kind of lengthening a little here, stretching, outer hip stretching back. And just letting your breath help you to move through the whole spine and to create space as you breathe here with your breath massaging the spine. We're gonna spend another couple of minutes here just noticing. So maybe you're noticing that the armpits are feeling different now, they're shifting. The tissues that are in layers around our muscles are starting to lengthen away from each other to open up. So lots happening in a shape that looks passive, that looks static. Just noticing what's happening in your own body now. So I'm going to just be quiet so you can hear your breath and so you can hear your body and your experience. If you notice any changes, just letting yourself accept that shift, that unfolding that's happening. So what would it be like to just allow the body to just be how it is right now in the shape? And we'll watch it for about 10 more breath cycles, not even needing to count the breath cycles, just really tuning in our awareness to what else is happening in the body. noticing all the places that have begun to let go more, even though we might not have even been aware that they were holding in the first place. So 5 more breath cycles like this, really letting the body simply relax. Great, and then a little different today, we're gonna walk the hands back towards ourselves and we're gonna extend the legs forward and we'll come into staff pose. So we'll take the fingertips behind us, elbows drawing gently towards each other. We'll press the feet away, the inner feet, the balls of the feet. We'll draw the shoulders back and we'll lift the heart. And drawing the sit bones down, lightly lengthening the sternum. Just breathing and feeling the shift here. It's gonna feel a little more pronounced in the hamstrings. Yeah, take your time to find staff pose. And walking the fingers a little closer together, the hands a little closer together. Draw the shoulder blades down, lift the heart, just for a few more breaths. You can really feel the collarbone starting to lengthen away from each other. See if you can breathe into your collarbones. The backs of the legs, the hamstrings starting to draw down towards the earth and giving you that little lift through the heart, drawing in through the belly button. Great, and then we'll simply relax. So we're gonna cross the shins. You're gonna take one shin in front of the other, and we're gonna walk the hands forward, drawing the sit bones back. And then nice and simple, we're just gonna breathe in to lengthen the whole body, and then as you exhale, just walking forward to wherever the body wants to go right now, and resting there for a few more breaths. So over the breath cycles here, the body again is going to start to shift and change like it just did in child's pose. So knowing that it'll happen all by itself, not needing to agitate or to force anything at all. Let's accept where the body is at this moment and just allow that, to embrace that even with friendliness. And then as you notice a change starting to happen, maybe even just 1 degree of change, you're gonna breathe in, again lengthen through the whole torso, and as you exhale, again fingertips are gonna walk forward a little more, lengthening the belly button over the legs. I'm gonna relax the shoulders here, and just breathe into the whole body. The exhalations are more important than the inhalations. So let the inhalations happen on their own. And with the exhalations, we're going to lengthen the out breath to make it smooth and sustained. So a couple more breaths there. And just notice if the body seems more willing to be in this shape as you stay a little longer. So noticing what happens when we give ourselves the time to allow things to develop. Great, and then from here, we're going to take our time, walk the hands back towards ourselves. We're going to take the hands behind us now, and with the fingers pointing back, we're going to roll the shoulders back, press down through the fingertips, and just lift the heart. So the outer knees, the outer thighs, I'm going to press down, I'm going to lift the heart, maybe the sit bones lift a little from the sky, from the mat. I'm going to draw the heart up to the sky. Take a couple of breaths there. And then we're going to come on back. Nice. And we'll bring the knees together, feet on the mat. And just simple twist here. Inhale, we're going to lengthen up. And exhale, we'll twist to the left. So right arm against the left leg. We're gonna look over the left shoulder. And again, we're gonna give this a little time. So everything that we do becomes a little easier when we don't make the duration of being there feel as much as a pressurized container. So instead of feeling like I have to get there in 3 breaths, we're gonna give ourselves 6 breaths here. Just enjoying 1 breath cycle at a time. And notice what the in breath does. As you breathe in, that sense of length, and as you breathe out, your whole body seems to relax a little more. So take 1 more breath here, and then exhale, release. Then we're gonna extend the legs. We're gonna draw the arms all the way up and just a quick little reaching forward. So evening out through the lower back, just reaching forward to wherever you can hold, maybe on the ankles or on the calves. And inhale, we'll lengthen the heart up. And exhale, we'll bend the elbows and draw forward. We'll take a few breaths there, relaxing the outer hips consciously. Just letting them relax their efforting as you draw the heart forward. And again, give yourself a little time here. Take a few more breaths. Just notice what happens. Great. And then we'll gently come on back, bend the knees again. We'll twist to the other side, both feet on the mat. And inhale, we'll lengthen up, relaxing the shoulders, and exhale, twist to your right. Right hand against the left leg. Inhale, we'll draw the heart up, and exhale, we'll look gently over the right shoulder. And then again, here with the 6 cycles of breath, just allowing the breath to massage into the belly, and to massage across each vertebrae around the spine. Nothing else to have to do, just allowing it to deepen all on its own. Great. And then we're going to extend the legs again, and 1 more time. Inhale, we're going to draw the heart up, pressing the hamstrings towards the earth. And exhale, we'll just draw the hands forward to wherever they'll hold. Relax the shoulders. And as you breathe in, really feel length through your lower back. And as you exhale, just the heart is drawing forward. So we're not making the head try to reach somewhere. We're just allowing it to develop. Gently pressing the backs of the legs towards the earth again. Making sure we're not rounding the upper back. We're going to allow the upper back to feel length, and then to just draw forward through that length. So we'll stay here for a few more breaths, just relaxing however we can into just being here. So it doesn't matter what the shape looks like. Maybe we think that the head should be on the ankles, but for me it's not the case right now. So we're just going to kind of enjoy that. Wow, this is where my shape feels right today. And actually it feels nice. You can feel the niceness of getting that opening through the lower back, through the backs of the legs. So enjoying what's there. Great, and then in your own time, again, pressing down through the hamstrings, lengthen up through the heart, and when we exhale, we're gonna cross the legs. The other shin is gonna be in front, and we'll walk the fingertips forward. And we're gonna inhale to draw the heart up, ground down through the sit bones, and exhaling, we're gonna walk the fingertips forward, just little by little with the out breath. And then again, we're gonna hang out here and just breathe. Just be with each cycle of breath, each moment of awareness. and deliberately really kind of practicing that treasure of our practice, which is that ability to develop kindness towards the moment that you're experiencing. So to develop friendliness and interest and curiosity, it's like, what am I noticing happening right now? Does it feel like it's too much or too little? If it feels too much, then have the wisdom to back up a little so it feels better. If it feels too little, deepening for a couple more breaths. Just finding what is balance for you. Great, and then inhale, let's draw the arms all the way up to bring that breath into the side ribs. And exhale, we'll take the hands behind us, fingertips pointing back again. We're gonna press down through the feet again. Draw the hips up from the earth. Maybe it comes up a little higher this time. We're gonna roll the heart up, roll the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. The head can relax back or can look gently forward. Just take a few more breaths like that. Nice, and then exhale, slowly release. Great. We're gonna come into a wide-legged forward bend. So again, we're focusing a lot on evening out and finding equalization in both sides of the body today. So just with the legs extended and starting to, if the hamstrings are resistant today to being here and you feel the lower back is rounding, kind of going this way back, then we're gonna sit a little higher. Yeah. And then again, maybe you even have other props that are useful. Maybe you can bring them here and you can come forward and rest forward. So using your props or walking forward and just resting forward, whatever feels right in your body. And it's quite a intense shape to be in for most of us. So we're going to be extra nice to ourselves and just kind of back off a little. Notice what feels like ease, what feels like totally okayness and comfort. And then we'll increase it a little just to be more aware, more present with the sensations. And then relax the shoulders, relax the mind. Let the eyes be soft, just look gently forward ahead of you on the earth. Let the face be soft, and we'll take about 10 more breaths here, just allowing the breath to do what it does. So the breath helps to weave the mind and the body and awareness together. And sometimes not so describable in words, but it's a felt sense. So just let yourself notice as that continues. And again, if things begin to unfold and it starts to feel like there's more room to go forward, you can adjust what you're using as a prop and maybe go forward, or we can hang out where things feel like just right for you and just breathe there. So a few more breaths like this, even making a little smile happen at the corners of the lips, just because that is gonna make the mind release some chemicals that will make it more easeful to be here. Great, couple more breaths like this, just letting it develop as it continues, softening. Noticing the places in the body that seem to kind of tighten and contract when it wants to resist. Notice just where habitually those things happen. Great. And then slowly, we're just gonna walk the hands back towards ourselves, and we'll bring the legs back together. Nice. And let's meet in downward dog. So take your time. We're going to come onto the hands and knees. And we'll just bring the hips gently up. We'll bend and straighten the legs quite a few times, just kind of waking up the body into a little more movement. Just feeling where the body might be at today. So that's kind of like a meet and greet at this moment, just checking out what's going on. And then bend one knee and the other and twisting, drawing the hips away from the shoulders on your exhales. And a few more breaths like that, just exploring, nice and easy. And then come back to center, come back into just a downward dog. We're gonna knot a few times with the head. I'm gonna turn the head, yes and no. Make some circles, deliberately taking a little longer here. Just let the spine decompress. Take a few more breaths there. Great, and then look forward. We're going to flow forward towards a plank, rolling the shoulders back, drawing the heels back. We'll lengthen the tailbone all the way towards the heels. We'll hang out here for a couple more breaths. Belly button starts to draw gently towards the spine as we breathe and lengthen the tailbone all the way to the wall behind you. Great, and then from there, we're gonna soften the knees to the earth. We're gonna kick the feet towards the hips. Now bend the elbows and draw the heart up. So bending the elbows, rolling the heart up. Take a few more breaths there. You're going to look over the left shoulder and over the right shoulder. Great. And then come back through to child's pose for 5 breaths. So big toes together, we're gonna draw the hips back and just relax the forehead towards the earth. Just enjoying the breath here. Great, and then we'll come through downward dog for a quick little moment, just drawing the hips all the way back. Bend the elbows a little, draw the heart towards the thighs more. And then looking forward, you can walk or jump the feet towards the hands. And inhale, we'll lengthen halfway, exhale, we'll fold. Then pressing into the feet, we're gonna come into chair. So just drawing the fingertips towards the sky, sitting back. And then take a little time to find your chair pose. You can wriggle a little into the shoulders and the hips. Find the feet, get your awareness into all parts of the feet as it connects towards the earth more. Relax the shoulders, lean the heart back, even as you also lift up through the center of the heart. And sit bones are gonna draw back. Nice, for a few more breaths, we're gonna find the tailbone, and you're gonna kind of rock the tailbone forward. So scooping the tailbone forward, notice that change in the lower back, and just breathing here, a few more breaths. When we exhale, we're gonna fold all the way forward, press the feet into the earth, lengthen up out of the sit bones, and draw the outer hips back. The spine is just going to lengthen and dangle forward. Nice, and then pressing into the feet. Inhale, we'll draw the arms all the way up. And palms together, palms to the heart. Great. Then we're gonna step the feet wider apart. We'll come into warrior two. So the right foot is going to point outwards, the left foot is gonna come on in, and then we'll just bend through the right knee. Nice, so this one, we're kind of gonna check it out. As I was saying, sometimes we're more flexible on one side than the other. So if this is your flexible side, you're gonna try not to drive like 120% into it. Or maybe this is the side that is not as flexible. Then you're going to just check out where it feels okay. You're gonna record that feeling. So, and then kind of leave that edge a little bit. So don't kind of go deeper into it until it hurts. So we don't want that. And then right elbow onto the right leg, left hand onto the left hip. And we're just going to relax here, take the right hip to the left heel, and just be more aware than usual of what it feels like, what this flavor of opening feels like, because you're gonna try to match it on the other side. Then we'll sweep the left arm up, extend the left fingertips to the sky, and for a few more breaths, again, making sure that it's not too much and not too little, you're gonna turn the ribs towards the sky. And we'll just breathe there, relaxing the shoulders here. Feel both the feet lift away through the center of the pelvis, turn open the solar plexus towards the sky. Great, and then we'll bring ourselves back. Nice, point both the big toes forward. We're going to come forward halfway now. So the arms are gonna float open. We're gonna lengthen the heart forward. And we're just going to extend through the fingertips so it feels like the tops of the arms are lengthening. And then deliberately from underneath the armpits, lengthen all the way to your fingertips. Draw the heart forward evenly. Take a few breaths here, belly button towards the spine. Nice, and then we'll let ourselves relax forward, bend the knees a little, and just fold forward to wherever you can, whatever feels right for you here. Great, and then pressing the fingertips towards the earth, lengthen the heart forward, and we're gonna press down through the feet and bring ourselves back. Great, so coming to the other side, you're gonna bend the left knee, right toes are gonna bring point in, and then again, we're gonna lengthen out through the fingertips. So first into warrior two, hugging kind of the muscles towards the bones. Nice. And then left elbow onto the left leg, right hand onto the right hip. Nice. And again, check out if this is the easier side for you usually, or the harder side. And then remember that flavor of the pose on the right side. And we're gonna try to match it. So for me, for instance, this side is a whole lot easier. So then I'm going to be okay with that. I'm not going to try to make this even deeper, even more complicated. I'm gonna hang out so that my body is able to equalize instead of going deeper into the side that's more flexible. So opening through the heart, turning open the solar plexus to the sky. And then we'll bring the right arm over. Great, and then just breathing here. Checking out what it's like when you let the legs just not overdo, and you focus on the upper body maybe a little more. And also letting the flavor of what the upper body is doing match the other side. So kind of check out what it feels like for you here. We'll take a few more breaths here. Great. And then we'll come back through the center, point the big toes together again, interlace the hands behind you, roll the shoulders back, and draw the heart up. Great, and then from there, bend the knees and we'll drape forward again. So as you breathe here, as you're folded forward, again, notice if one side of the hips tend to come a little higher or lower, we're gonna try to make it feel even. So from the grounding off the feet, take your hands now onto your lower back and just let the hands rest on the lower back. Gently press the hands down and back. So feel the length there, and then let yourself drape forward and take a few more breaths there. Great, and then to come out, we're gonna walk the hands forward, and again, bring the feet closer together. And take your time, lengthen forward, fold all the way down. We'll press down through the feet, and inhale. We'll bring the arms all the way back up. Nice, and then exhale, palms to the heart. Cool, awesome. Okay, so we're gonna do the next one. The next one, we're going to have the right leg forward, the left leg back. So this one, we tend to really drive again into where things are easy. So again, let's try to match the left side and the right side. So you're gonna need to remember what's happening on this side. So take your time, you're gonna just take your hands to the front of the right leg, and we're gonna inhale to lengthen the heart. We'll take the right hip a little further back. And then as you come forward, find again where the edge is for you in this shape. And you wanna hang out here in a way that you know when you go to the other side, it's not gonna be so extreme that on the side where you might be finding it a lot deeper, you go way deep, and then on the side where it's a lot more resistant, we're not able to let it relax and be equalized. So find for you now what feels just right here, comfortable, something that you can meet on the other side. So we're gonna record how it feels in our bodies in this shape for a few more breaths. Just check into how your feet are placed, how your hamstring feels right now. And as you draw the right hip back, as you lengthen the heart forward, how does it feel in the back of the neck? Are you letting it be in a place where it can still be neutral? So a few more breaths like that. Great, and then we'll bend the front knee. We're gonna bring the hands to the earth, and we're gonna step the feet back. We'll transition through a plank, rolling the shoulders back, drawing the heels back, belly button into the spine. And as we exhale one more time, the knees are going to softly touch the earth. We're going to bend the elbows, micro bend them, kick the feet towards the hips. And then we'll soften the belly a little more towards the earth as we roll the shoulders back, gather the bottom tips of the shoulder blades towards each other, and we'll lift the heart. Nice. Checking this out, making sure it feels okay and good for the lower back. Take the knees a little wider apart if that feels better. Tailbone is going to lengthen away, so the lower back is actually still long here. Inhale here. When you exhale, just gently look over the left shoulder. And then inhale to center, look over the right shoulder. Nice. Then we'll transition. Tuck the toes, press them back against the earth. Walk the feet in to come through downward dog, drawing both sides of the hips evenly away. Nice, relax your shoulders here. Check into which leg seems to be efforting more. Bend your right knee a little bit. Check out how it feels in the left leg. Then bend the left knee a little bit. Check out how it feels in the right leg. Then we'll bend both knees. And again, we're gonna try to find a place where both sides actually feel kind of even. It might mean that you're not going as overly or as deeply with the one leg where things are easy. But we're just going to find that place where both sides are happy.
So a couple more breaths there, belly button gently drawing in. And pressing the heart towards the legs on the exhale. Great, and then inhale, look forward. This time, left leg is going to be forward between the hands. Nice, and we'll ground the right foot. We'll walk the hands up the left leg just to wherever, again, you can find good support. Nice. And then let's bring ourselves back to remembering how it felt on the right side. So draw the left hip towards the right heel. Create length in both sides of the side body. Lengthen through the heart. And as you press down through the outer edge of the back foot, as you lengthen the front body towards the left leg, let yourself again match where you were on the other side. So maybe on this side it's more challenging, maybe on this side it's way easier, but just check it out. But we're not going to, if it's way easier, go a lot deeper. We're gonna make sure that both sides get the same benefit today. And just relaxing there. If it's the easy side, all the more you can relax even more. So just breathe. Just let the shape do its thing. Few more breaths like that. Notice what it's like to not have to reach for more. To just embrace what is already there. Great, and then again, hands towards the earth. We're gonna step through to a downward dog. Walk the feet forward. Draw the hips all the way back. Great, we're gonna bend the left knee, press down through the right foot, and just twist in your dog, in your down dog. Few breaths there. And when you twist to the other side, you're bending your right knee, pressing your left foot down. Let yourself twist again, just the same amount. Nice, and then soften the knees towards the earth. One more time, we're gonna come forward, kick the feet in, roll the heart up. And then we're gonna transition back into child's pose for 5 breaths. So draw the hips back, walk the hands gently forward, relax the shoulders. We'll just breathe here, nothing else to have to do, just like at the very beginning when you stayed in this shape, and it could just develop on its own. Let the whole body relax, let the mind relax, let the forehead rest against support. Then taking the forehead a little away from the earth, you're just gonna let yourself rock through the armpits, through the chest, side to side here. Just rocking, turning the head gently side to side, finding some ease there. And then come back to stillness, rest again for a few more breaths, just forehead supported, hips relaxed back. Great, and then we'll walk the hands gently back towards ourselves. Nice, and we'll extend the legs forward. We'll press the feet forward, fingertips behind us, back into staff pose, elbows towards each other, heart drawing towards the sky. And take a few moments here, maybe wriggle the sit bones a little more under the shoulders. So take your time to find your alignment. And try to feel the left sit bone and the right sit bone. And again, deliberately shimmy and try to even out the efforting of the sit bones pressing towards the earth. Nice. And then feel the back of the left hamstring and the back of the right hamstring. And again, attempt to even out the efforting. So even if one side wants to do a lot more, meet the side that is so-called not as strong. And just meet it, match the efforting. Nice, and then draw up ever so slightly with your in-breath through the heart. And as you exhale, just let yourself relax as much as you can. It's actually still an effortful shape. So a couple more breaths there. Great. Nice, and then we'll relax everything. We're going to come into Janushirasana, so right foot presses against the left. Nice and easy. You can use your belt or hold the leg. We're going to inhale and draw up through the heart. And then as we exhale, again, we're just going to come forward to where we feel like we're going to likely be able to meet it on the other side. So just breathing here, turning belly button to the leg, looking softly over the toes. Relax your shoulders. Keep the neck neutral. And we just breathe here. Nothing else to have to do. Notice as you're in this shape, if you're approaching it a little differently than usual, what does the tone within the mind, within the thoughts seem to be like? Does the tone seem a little more relaxed? Does it seem more effortful? Just notice. Just stay there for a few more breaths. Great, and then walking the hands back towards yourself. Extend both the legs. Take a moment in staff pose. Find both the sit bones, press them evenly down. Nice, and then left foot against the right thigh. And we're just going to bring the hands on the leg or the foot, wherever you like to hold. Inhale, we'll lengthen up, and exhale. We'll let ourselves just come forward, again to wherever we can. That feels like it's about the same as the other side. So at the end of the practice, you'll be checking in with your body again, just to see with our increased awareness of how to effort, of balanced effort, if it feels different today in your body at the end of the practice and even at the end of the day. Softening through the shoulders. Take a few more breaths here. So instead of driving ourselves to the very maximum that we can do on each side, letting ourselves meet in the middle here. Nice, and then keeping that softness that is now more part of the mind. We're going to press the feet forward, draw the arms all the way up. We'll come into a forward bend again. So both the sit bones evenly lengthening back, hands onto wherever you want to hold on your legs. Inhale, we'll lengthen, and exhale, evenly, feeling both sides of the belly, efforting equally forward, feeling both sides of the chest, drawing equally forward. And feeling the lower back, just breathing into both sides of the lower back. So really bringing your awareness to both sides. Compare them and match them. It's a little different than usual. Just really tuning your awareness even more. So just yogis get more and more able to be aware of what's happening within them and around them. We'll take a couple more breaths like this. Great, and then we're just going to release. And you're gonna set up more or less for Shavasana. We'll be on our back and coming into Happy Baby before Shavasana. So take everything you like that will be supportive. Maybe something under the knee, something behind the head. And then take your time to get comfortable and pressing down through your feet on your mat, or if you had put any kind of support there, just bringing the feet onto those supports. You're gonna lift the hips a little and then let both sides feel even and rest the lower back and the hips down. Nice. You're gonna do it one more time. So you're gonna press down through your feet, draw the hips up, and again, let the hips feel even. Relax the lower back, create that length, and let the lower back hug the floor a little. We'll bend the knees in and take our hands onto the shins and draw the knees towards the side body. Just breathe there. And we'll flex the feet and hold either the ankles or the outer feet. And again, we all have differences on both sides of the body. So today we're gonna really deliberately try to match so that we're not simply autopilot, kind of on autopilot in terms of driving the body into shapes. We're gonna let both sides meet in terms of the flavor of how deeply you're into that shape with the body. Let both sides come to equilibrium and we'll hang out there. So close your eyes here. We'll just be in Happy Baby, letting it nourish and hydrate the meridian system through the kidneys. Nothing else to have to do, just feeling your breath circulating through the lower back, through the pelvis. And then almost imagine that if you have like a lake of water, a body of water in the pelvis, that as you breathe, it's equalizing. So almost like there are two swirls of energy around the hip joints and within the pelvis, and that they're just meeting, they're circulating evenly. Beautiful. And we'll bring the feet together and just draw the feet again somewhat evenly towards ourselves just for a few more breaths. The inner feet touching, doesn't matter how far they go. Then we'll relax everything and just start to find the limbs supported against the earth again. Find the legs supported. And you might feel like a lot of evening out, a lot of sensations of relief starting to permeate through the back body especially. Just drink that in, just let your awareness be in touch with all of these really subtle flows that have been opened up with your practice. There's nothing else to have to do. You're just going to simply rest and simply be. Just relaxing in your Shavasana. let the breath flow and rest in that natural rhythm. And as you rest here, sharing with you a poem by Mary Oliver called The Sunflowers. Come with me into the field of sunflowers. Their faces are burnished discs. Their dry spines creak like ship masts. Their green leaves so heavy and many fill all day with the sticky sugars of the sun. Come with me to visit the sunflowers. They're shy, but they want to be friends. They have wonderful stories of when they were young, the important weather, the wandering crows. Don't be afraid to ask them questions. Their bright faces, which follow the sun, will listen. And all those rows of seeds, each one a new life. Hope for a better acquaintance, each of them, though it stands in a crowd of many, like a separate universe, is lonely. The long work of turning their lives into a celebration is not easy. Come and let us talk with those modest faces, the simple garments of leaves, the coarse roots in the earth, so uprightly burning. Imagining yourself in a field of sunflowers, letting the sunshine just really fall onto the face, feeling warmed by sunflowers and the sun's rays as you rest here. In a little while, we'll begin to transition. Gently deepening the breath, smooth, deep breaths through the body. Feeling the breath, the prana, circulate throughout the body. And feeling perfectly relaxed and perfect just as you are. So taking your time, transitioning to your side. And then from your side, back to any comfortable seat. And we'll meet with the palms together at the heart, the eyes softly closed. And allowing that image of the sunflowers and the sun's warmth to permeate once more, almost like a cocoon of sunflower energy just all around you. We'll chant Om to ripple this out to the world. So taking a breath in. And bowing towards our hearts and towards each other. Namaste.